I'm back, and we are live streaming now on YouTube.
hmm
I'm Nick with Spectra Community, and this is Shinnosuke Komiya, our guest speaker today from the project Re-Earth. We're setting up some props for the talk here, viewers for the talk, and we've got a few guests starting to
That's me.
join us. Oh, this is you? Did you
Yeah,
make
it's
that?
my motto.
Wow, amazing. You could rig it up. Have you rigged it into an avatar yet?
I did, but it's just bought it from Sketch5
Oh, cool.
using the specials yeah
That's
connection.
awesome.
So that's why it's
That's the
just
first
object. Yeah, yeah,
guest
yeah.
speaker we've had in 3D. I'm going to go live on Spatial as well. And we're going to give people probably about 5 to 10 minutes to wander in. But in the meantime, we can chat a little bit. I
Yeah.
want to hear more about some of your other projects. Have you been doing any personal projects recently?
Recently, yeah, it's like I'm working as a media artist as well. So I did like some performance using AI.
Interesting.
Do you know haiku?
Haiku,
Haiku
no.
is a Japanese poetry,
Oh, like
and it's
actual
like
haiku
eh,
poetry. Yeah, I thought it was like a name
yeah,
of
yeah,
a
yeah.
LLM or something.
Oh, no, 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 sorry. Yeah, that's a general haiku, and it's like AI generated haiku, and it's like it's kind of like hard to describe, but the haiku generated by AI, I use them for performance, to describe the scene, the haiku sketch.
Oh, interesting.
For example, like a spring, something, blah blah blah. It's like in the
Hmm.
Unity space. I put my avatar there. I wear motion capture sensors on it, on my body, and then like move my
Wow.
bodies with like specific scenes, like a spring scene or summer scene, other scenes.
So
It also
the poem is being
yeah,
generated or the space is being generated?
both.
Both of them. Wow.
Yeah,
So they
and
generate
I
the
kind of
space around
play
you and then you
my
perform within
role.
it.
Yeah, I perform around it, and like
Wow.
inside the scene, I put my avatars, and then my avatar is moved by my move.
Oh, interesting. So is it
Yeah.
generating like the like models and everything, or is it like the skybox generation thing with
It's not everything, but like some object is generated by like a specific word or other sentences,
oh,
and
interesting.
also seasonal stuff. It's also
Is it like pulling in models based on the tags metadata from like a library or?
yeah, 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 sort of, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Also, yeah, it's like, and the participant, like I played it like in front of like more than 300 people, in United Nations International School, because like there is a haiku contest there. So I did a performance there before the contest starts, and then like the all participants can join my performance,
Wow.
submitting their haiku
Oh,
to
that's
my
awesome.
database, and yeah, also refer this the haiku, and then they can also like modify the haiku from like AI generated one, because like AI's haiku is not such good one, so that's why collaborating with people,
Right.
and then it's getting
Does
better.
it follow the rules
Yeah.
of the syllables at least or
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like a
um
rhythms or like
yeah.
a seasonals. It's too simple. Yeah.
Right. Is there any recording of this or do you have it on the online at all?
I haven't uploaded yet, but yeah, I have. We did the documentation. Yeah, I'll upload
Very cool.
very soon.
If you're just joining us, we're here with
Yeah.
our guest speaker, Shinnosuke Komiya, uh, who's, in addition to working on this GIS project, Re-Earth, is a media artist, XR artist, and was just talking about a project to generate worlds from poetry generated by AI, haiku poetry, which sounds like a really cool performance art piece. But once again, welcome to the weekly meetup of Spectra Cities. I'm Nick Kaufman in the Discord. I'm the community manager here, and we've got Matt. We've got the full team here. Matt is our governance and lately doing some game design, actually. And Ryan, of course, the founder of Spectra Cities, is here. And we've got a lot of regulars here. I see Jonah, Matthew, ISD. This should be a good one. Let's see. Do we have any other news items, Matt, or announcements before we get started? Anyone else have anything you're working on this week that you want to share?
I think we're good on our side.
Awesome. How's it going over at Strata, Matthew? Any working on the same project? Anything new in spatial? The last time Matthew was here.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Waiting for the next project to roll out on spatial.
Oh, really?
The Rich Garden's opening, early next month. So that's our kind of
cool
focus at the moment.
I'm having some issues hearing your mic, but I got wind that it was like a new project that you're going to make a world for on spatial, which sounds awesome. Looking forward to it. Great. Well, I guess let's get into it then. We're here to welcome Shin. Let me just pull up your bio again so I can. All right, this is Shinnosuke Komiya, is a multidisciplinary research-based new media artist, a researcher, designer, educator based in Brooklyn, New York, born and raised in Tokyo. He's engaged in Eukarya Inc. as a co-founder and board member with responsibility for design and engineering. And his main themes of research areas are human augmentation. This theme isn't only the physical reinforcement, but also expanding one's imagination via artwork. So Shin is going to present about Re-Earth, which is an open source digital twin construction platform. I don't know very much. Let's hear about it. Thanks, Shin, and welcome.
Sure, thank you. Just started. So today I'm going to introduce Re-Earth. This is like open source GIS platform, like a web GIS platform. So let me introduce myself first. I'm a Shinnosuke, that's based in New York City right now. I have been here for 3 years, almost 3 years, and then I was born in Japan, Tokyo, Japan, and we are a CISM certified developer as well. So so what is Re-Earth? Re-Earth is like open source WebGIS platform that allows you to analyze or visualize data set without codings. For example, you can make your own storytelling or data visualization or IoT solution or BIM collaboration or analysis. You can also code on it, and if you are an engineer. And then we have a plugin system that is also kind of feature like kind of WordPress plugins. Like you can add your own features by yourself, or you can also install other ones plugins from plugin store. It's all free right now, so you can just extend your features on Re-Earth, and it's also open source. So Re-Earth looks like this kind of interface. It's like you can just drag and drop any pins or images or 3D models or other data set on the map, and then you can edit the information. For example, if you want to put images here, you can just put images or text as the information window. It looks like Photoshop, like a left side, you can see the layers or other object. The right side is the properties. You can edit any properties like a rotation or other fields. And you can also publish your own project as your on your own URL. If you are not engineer, it's still okay because you can just publish on our URL. So yep. Sorry. And I think it's used for data visualization for sure. and like a data analysis, like a heat mapping or like a evacuation route system. I'm gonna introduce later. Yeah, so like a GIS, the main thing, what are hard things are about mapping? Actually, there are a lot. GIS is too super complicated. Like many kind of like ways to visualize or analyze. So it's multidimensional nature. So that's kind of hard for non-engineer or non-GIS people. And also like a 3D map is more complicated. Like a dimension is getting bigger, and also they have depths, not only like a height and width. So it's more complicated. And it's the platform, some like Esri or other kind of like 3D GIS software is kind of like expensive, and but our software is not such expensive, and it's also open source. So if you're an engineer, you can host your own like reals on your website. Uh, yeah. So, and I'm gonna introduce what reals can do here. So mainly like we are focusing on like a disaster management or city planning, digital twins, and also community development like um, storytelling or like a citizen engagement. So it's already we have like 50 plus organizations, customers, and also more than 100 plus projects. And then we have 400, more than 400 people on our Discord community now. And then the price is uh, minimum cost is 6,000 per year per workspace. You can collaborate with multiple people as many as you want, and then you can add other features or storage for add-ons. It costs like more. So, and then if you want us to develop your own features or new plugins, you can just ask us. And we also have an OSS version. It's also it's of course like for free. Sorry, and then yeah, so like our main project is called Plateau View. It's like a project handled by the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure, Transport, and Tourism in Japan. The more than like a 30 local governments have installed this already, and then this year it's gonna be like 80 or more. And then Rails is built on Plato is built on the Rails system now. So I can show that's kind of this is like an interface, and then the Plato project like is it's open source project held by Japanese government, and the Japanese government opened these kind of street models for free. Not every single cities, but like almost cities in Tokyo for now, and also other cities outside Tokyo. With textures, or other buildings are not with textures though. Then each building has this kind of metadata that includes, for example, like how high the flood is coming here, or like a address or others. Like it depends on the buildings, but many kind of metadata is in it. It's called CityGML. They also publish 3 tiles format. So, and then disaster prevention case. Okay, I'll play this one. So, for example, using this kind of 3D models and also flood data, we analyze like evacuation route. You can just put any points like this green pin, and then you can see like how we can evacuate, before flood is coming. Also, we use a BIM. BIM is a format for it's like driving inside the buildings. It's used by like let's say Denecon or like the construction companies for build so for building or other like apartment or Uh, but like you can just put like a BIM data set on our platform with the collaboration with GIS data set. It's kind of complicated, but it's for our platform. So then we did like a robot like manipulation simulation system on it, and then like people can control actual robot inside a building from RIO's interface. And we also have like a citizen engagement project. This is the project that collaborate with like high school or junior high school student to find like cities issues, and then they then did a field work, and then they plot the map, like what kind of issues are there, and then they can plot like so many stuffs, and then like they can also share this information to other citizens. It's kind of like a hard for non-engineer people to do this, but the Reus doesn't need you to like do any coding, so you can just plot like drag and drop, or like just import CSV or something like that. So, and it's like I'm gonna introduce like some features our community breaks. Like as I mentioned earlier, we have a Discord community. We also have an English version in it, so you can just put your project here, or you can ask any English or Japanese or other languages on Discord. And we also have a documentation on GitHub and our official page. And it's all open source on GitHub, and then Rears itself is all codes are here, so you can just pause it by yourself if you want. And also we develop other libraries as well. Almost all libraries are open source on our GitHub. For example, this is Resume. Resume is a React library for Cesium, and it's has more than like a 500 stuff for now. So then this is our ecosystem around Rears. We have a marketplace that's or like any plugins or data set. And also we have a CMS that's manage your data set or other assets. And then we are developing the Rears Flow. This is also a visual programming tool for non-engineer people to manage the data set or modify the data set. We are looking for data providers that want to put their data set on our marketplace um, to expand your data set for other users on Rears. And the Rears, I just show your the 3D like a Cesium map based interface, but we can just switch other kind of like engines, like map engine, like Mapbox or other leaflets or other like a 2D or 3D map-based model. And yeah, we also are developing right now Excel features that allows you, for example, like if you put a Pikachu on the street on Rears, you can also see AR Pikachu when you go there to see the actual size. Or other like building models, like a future building model, like in situ. It's kind of like in situ. It's also no code, yeah. And then in coming event, we are going to a Phosphogy. It's a freemium open source software for geographic. It's like a largest conference in the world about like open source GIS software. And we are Diamond sponsor there this year. It's held in Kosovo, Prizren, Kosovo. Kosovo is in Europe. So the next step of Rears, we just developed the CMS, then we are still updating, and then we just started developing Rears Flow and AR and a Python library for engineer people. yeah, you can just sign up Rears by yourself. If you have any questions, just ask me later, and then you can just click the start now button here on Rears page. Yeah, also we are hiring. Just reach me out on Discord or other social. We actually are hiring people from all over the world, including refugees from Syria and India and other countries, United States and China, Canada, Japan. Yeah, it's like a bunch of countries, and including refugees as engineers, designers. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So cool. Thanks so much. Any questions for Shin about Re-Earth or anything? You mentioned storytelling at one point, or using it for a use case for storytelling or community engagement. Is there any more examples of that?
On storytelling, yeah, I can show like an actual um now. Okay, yeah. So for example, if you wanna, I just put like a random pins right now here or here. If you wanna add like a
Is anyone else's screen
storytelling,
share frozen? I can see it on your little icon, but I can't see it on the big screen.
oh,
Yeah, I think
can
it's
you see?
frozen.
Maybe try to reload the screen share.
Okay.
There we go. I can help resize it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Looks good.
but the bush is covered. Okay. Good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright. Okay. So yeah, I put some pins like in Japan and around New York City, middle of United States or something. You can also, you know, add storytelling mode here, and then yeah, so you can just put the stories. You can just choose the markers. Like I add 3 markers here, and then you can see each markers here. You can also edit the order. For example, the first one is this photo overlay here, and then you can just click this arrow to jump to build any like storytelling. Like it's super easy. You can also edit like a camera view or like a zoom level with your mouse.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So, or a personal question, like how did you get into XR and JS?
Oh, did you say XR?
Yeah, how did you get into XR, this whole space?
Oh, like XR space? You mean like yes, like, we don't support like VR yet, but we have like AR vision. You can just like publish it. And then there is a URL here, and
Oh
then
yeah.
we have a specific application that's not on the store right now, but you can just like copy and paste this URL on this app, and then you can see actual 3D model that you put. For example, here, put a pin, and then you can also see actual like information if you are there.
So if you're on site, you could see a geo-anchored AR
Yeah,
model.
yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
How did you, Shin, like get interested in XR and GS and stuff? Like what? So you work with cities, like urban related stuff, and XR. So that's why I was so interested in your background, and I'm curious like how you got involved in it.
Oh, that's a good question. So we started our companies with my like elder student and a younger student in the same lab in university in Tokyo. And then the university, I mean, the lab is built. The lab was like building a map-based storytelling contents there. So and the lab is in the design department. So my background is design because like I was in the department, and then also like we gather people uh in the lab, for example, like people from GIS background or from design background, people from engineering background. So like we three, our co-founder, have a different background from GIS, design, and then engineering. So then me personally, I have like a interest with VR or XR as well, like a CD environments. So that's why this kind of like a CD map is kind of interested for me,
Nice.
And yeah, also I have got it from NYU Tisch
Tisch
department.
School at New York University is where you study. Is that right?
Yeah, so yeah, and I have studied there art and engineering as well. So yeah, I also work on like a XR or other web-based stuff. So yeah, my personal skill is starting from web development, but right now I've used for other like a GIS kind of like city-based skills as well.
So where do you see? Sorry, is anyone else having a question in the meantime? Feel free to write in chat as well, or use microphone. It's fine. If nobody else had a question, I was going to ask you about like where do you see this stuff going in the future, in both re-earth strategy, but also in your own mind. Like, what is the future of geospatial, spatial computing, cities, and how we're going to be, planning spaces? I think the most advanced thing you talked about in your talk was maybe like controlling robots within a building from a web interface like re-earth.
Yeah. Actually, yes, these 3D models are especially for like cities. Like for example, you can imagine like in the middle like a town in the United States, they only have like a like higher buildings. Like they don't need like a 3D models like such detailed one. You know, but but like having 3D models is not only for like cities, I guess, because like many disasters or many disasters like, you can manage like before disaster coming, like a disaster prevention or other after disaster come. You can also use that for resilience. So we are
Resilience,
focusing
disaster
on,
relief.
but yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are also talking with uh, Caribbean or South American countries government right now, and then they're also, they don't have a data set itself yet, so that's why they cannot um, predict the situation or they cannot like simulate the disasters, but still they have disasters that they already had. So that's why they need to resilience as well.
Interesting. Steve
So
in chat was asking about something, sidewalks delve. Have you heard of that?
No, sidewalks delve.
Interesting. Steve, what is delve?
Delve, and I guess Joan would probably be interested in this too, is Sidewalk, which is Google's urban planning, doesn't really know what the hell they're doing company. They are coming out with Delve, which is like a project planning / urban planning software driven by AI. which it just basically is a massing engine
That's
that just
all, right?
generates a whole bunch of different options for architects to start with.
Interesting.
So I think like the city planning is super complicated. It's not such simple. So that's why, for example, like a Japanese government case, they don't have any kind of like a system for like a building their own like city models for future cities. So I think like it's because of we don't have such land in Japan. It's a tiny country.
Right. Most of the urban
But
land
so
is
yeah,
built up there, huh?
but yeah. So it's already there. The buildings are there. So that's why. Um, that's one of the reasons, I guess. But yeah, it's like I saw several times this kind of like project that's like predict or that's like near a like running stuff.
Hmm.
But like for each building that is okay, but for the huge cases that is still like a complicated. That's
Mm.
not only like a tech side stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the only person we talked to from Japan that was talking about that stuff was probably Keisuke Toyota from Noise Architects, who's like involved in the Osaka Expo. I guess they get to build stuff because they're using all the reclaimed land in the harbor there. But I think they're going to be building some buildings there. He was talking about AI agent buildings as well, and like incorporating robots like that. Interesting. So there's another question in chat. Somebody asked, have you considered a more consumer-based market, or are you focused on more enterprise and governments for now?
Yeah, it's like we are focusing on like an enterprise or government space because like individual people like for example like maybe like for game developers or something they want to use like a CD models, but like I'm a game person too, but I think like if you want to build your game like a city environment, you don't want to use like an actual city model. It's more like a sound sci-fi
Mm.
or like a not like actual base.
Interesting. Yeah,
Sometimes like
we run into the
yeah,
same
yeah,
issue for sure. Like we're trying to build sort
right,
of
right,
plausible things, but a lot of people want to build extremely futuristic stuff, or or totally realistic stuff. So there's
yeah,
yeah, the
yeah,
space in between is still pretty niche.
right, right. So that's why more like certain like a problem or issue based situation we are focusing. So that's why we focus on like enterprise or government, especially governments now, and or other enterprise that works with government.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it seems like it's a good sign that the government. I didn't know that there was so much data available from Japanese government, including 3D map tiles. You said.
Yeah, it's 3D map, 3D tiles. Also, they support city GML. That is a huge data set. But if you want to use this on Cesium, you gotta use 3D tiles instead.
Hmm. Is that a format that can be exported out like here to spatial? If anyone here wanted to play with 3D chunks
I
of.
think you can do this because like they have also Unity plugin to allow you to export as FBX or other
Oh, nice.
format. Yeah,
Awesome. Maybe we can try
somewhat.
that,
They,
Matt.
yeah. Yeah, so but you can see this like a textures resolution. If you're close to like this kind of like a human view, it's still so not such resolution. They don't. It's like yeah, it's super like Minecraft ish. But you can see like from the bird view, it's okay.
Yeah, definitely. Would that work for your game, Matt?
Yeah.
I wonder if they have your area. Matt, where do you live in Tokyo again?
You closer to touch.
Tokyo, I have I'm living in Nagi City. I don't know if they have a model there. um, yeah, they don't have my city's model here because like my city is like a way west from here. That is a Tokyo station.
Yep.
I think like my place is around here. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So this
Tachikawa probably doesn't have it too.
Tachikawa. Oh yeah,
It's
Tachikawa is
late.
close. Tachikawa is close. Yeah.
Cool. Nice. Who usually makes all the 3D models? How were these ones
3D.
generated?
Yeah, that's the government also has a partner company that makes this kind of 3D models. I think they did like more than 30 cities already. You can see here. It's in Japanese though. Yeah, so they have a bunch of 3D models from each prefectures or cities.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's more than 30 cities now. Yeah, around 50, and it's getting bigger numbers.
Cool. I remember when you
I
log into...
forgot the name of the company though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's people actually modeling stuff because I remember back, my friend was at MIT about 10 years ago, and they were like, when you could start to add Sketchfab models into Google Earth, they were looking at the issue of like nuclear power plants. Like, do you want to model them accurately, or do you want to like not reveal the secret, like security information, like that would be sensitive information about where certain things are. So there was a question back then, like how detailed should the models be? Like, do you need to show everything, or should it be simplified? Or it was interesting.
Yeah, it really depends. Like, almost all cases don't need this kind of like a detailed models, like textures. I mean, yeah, like they can just use this kind of like boxes, like simple boxes. Like we call it this LOD2 level.
LOD2.
I forgot LOD stand. Yeah, LOD2 is better. Some city has a LOD3 or 4, but it costs much, and also it's too heavy to describe here.
Yeah, we had a presentation from the company GeoPipe that is basically has some unique buildings, but then for the LOD2 or whatever, they generate AI textures or like windows based on procedural generation. It looked pretty cool. But yeah, it wasn't the exact texture of the real buildings when it got down to the small level.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So that's why, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Cool. Any other questions? I did want to like hear a little bit about your personal work again. I wonder if you would show us your website and explain some of your personal work, because I think it's been interesting. A lot of folks here are like creative, creators here on Spatial or...
Oh, sure. Oh, yes, and then I can show the video that I have done with haiku.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so let me back.
Careful not to dox yourself.
It's okay. Yeah. Oh no, it's not on. Like NYU Google Drive has no limitation after graduation, so we can like any numbers of data can put, and then it's unlimited forever. So yes, this is the performance I did in United Nations International School. Can you hear the sound?
No, I think
I don't think we can hear it.
If you want to try again, you can screen share again, and I think there's a checkbox to include
Oh,
system
okay.
audio. It might work. I know I've been having some issues with it though in spatial. So if it doesn't, no big deal.
Oh, because like I share the okay, maybe this one. Yep. So it's a totally different project though. You can hear the sound, right?
We can hear it.
Yep.
Yes.
So this is me, and then I also have an avatar that track with my movement. And then here's like a haiku sentence that I also built like a 3D model's world inside this, and then that's describe this haiku.
So the
And
AI
also,
generates a haiku, and then based on
yeah,
the
AI
text of the
generated
haiku,
haiku. Yes, and I generated the scene. Also, like participants can submit
can you get the
haiku
volume down
here.
like about half?
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
yeah. People can submit haiku, and then these floating haiku is also generated by AI. You can just click the haiku to modify and then you can submit haiku here. So you can just participate in my performance as well.
So the words of the haiku generate models in the scene in Unity, and you are in the scene in Unity via motion capture. Is that right?
Yes, I wear the motion captures like IMU sensors. Like it's not like a optical based one, so you don't need to install anything. Like it's called Mokopi by Sony.
Oh yeah, the little
I
Sony
know
motion
that one.
capture dots. Those are so cool.
Yeah, I hide them in my hair and also yeah, like in my clothes. So that's why no one can see that. So that's why like some people didn't like understand
Is that
what
tracking
like a
your
3D
head
models.
right now?
Yeah.
Interesting. So it's like VR level of embodiment, body tracking, but it's not
Right.
with a
Yeah.
HMD. That's actually like really comfortable, and plus the group can like witness it with you. It's kind of neat.
Right. So I sometimes switch like a camera view from like my first person view or like others. Because like haiku has a concept that's called 객관 shase. That means if you describe haiku, like if you describe any like or season, you also have like your subjective like view or other like third person view. So I just like switch them like time by time. You know.
Your AI assistant has given haiku in the chat.
Yeah. And then this is a Mokopi. Oh sorry, I gotta switch sharing again. Oh this one, yeah. This is Mokopi. I wear these
This is like the
sensors.
Walkman of motion capture body tracking. Looks really cool.
Yeah.
It just came out last year, right?
It's yeah, it just came here last year and yeah, it costs like $350 or something. Not such expensive.
Now you're the target audience for this
you
product.
can also use it outside.
You're a target audience for this project because you are also a VTuber. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. I haven't like played VTuber stuff these days, but yeah.
You used to do it.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I'm curious. Just like, do you think that's the future for most people are going to be having virtual, using virtual persona like on social media, or is it just going to be entertainers or influencers? What do you think?
I think it's not only for the entertainer, but it's not like like a daily life stuff. It's just for fun or like it's just a playing game or something.
Like a diary
I
kind
don't
of, or
imagine.
playing games.
Yeah. I don't
Interesting.
imagine like everyone has like every
Yeah.
single like a head-mount display or other like CD models, and then getting to like metaverse. I mean, I don't want to say metaverse,
Right.
but this
Yeah.
kind of virtual stuff.
So like part of the idea of Spectra,
That's
the
still
whole
funny,
yeah, this whole city that we're standing in right now is kind of like sort of somewhat stylized vision of a future. And I mean, we're thinking of also doing some sort of storytelling projects coming up, and the idea that you might be able to make a character that could inhabit a future city that you might want to live in is an interesting one to us. So it's cool to hear a little bit
I
about.
think like future planning stuff, and if you want to like examine this kind of like a future city situation from your like a personal view, not from like a bird view. Uh, it works. I mean like the city environment works for that. But like a beach tubing or other like entertainment stuff, it's I don't know. It's kind of like it's just like a for fun.
Yeah, really cool. And I guess the thing about Mokopia now is you can take usually VTubers are sitting in front of their webcam in their room, but now you can sort of take your virtual avatar out in the world into the city. So that's kind of interesting as well. Maybe we get some urban planning VTubers in the future. We already have Architect Talk, I think it's called. Or there's a whole TikTok community for architecture already.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Well, thanks again, and I'll give you an opportunity if you want to make any calls to action about Re-Earth or invitations to anybody. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with everyone?
Yeah. We also are looking for like partners. I mean, who develop like other softwares, or who develop the data set, or who has a connection with like a government in the United States, or like just governors or city management people. Yeah, it's like we are kind of open to do any chats or like a collaboration in the United States or all over the world.
Great. And like you said before, they're
out.
hiring as well. So if anyone's interested, you check out their website, right? This is the link to the Re-Earth website is here in this portal on the right.
Yeah, I made a portal here, Re-Earth, and also own
and
website.
This is Shin's website. You can keep in touch with Shin. So once again, thanks again. Let's give a round of applause and press the C key on your keyboard. And thanks again. This was really great to hear about everything you're doing.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And once again, we're Spectra Cities. We're a community of virtual world builders and physical placemakers. We build ideas from pixels to bricks. So everything you see around you is not just a virtual world, it's a proposal for things we might build in the real world. If you want to learn more about that, join our Discord community, where there's a link to our Discord out here to the left of the entrance by this poster here. Our website, spectracities.com, and this is an entire hub world here. Feel free to take some time to explore. There's portals across the intersection. You can explore some of the other scenes in Spectra. I think there's a drivable vehicle over there under construction, but I think it's working actually. And then there's a lot of stuff to do. So hope to see you guys around our Discord. Again, I'm in the Spectra avatar, but my name is Nick. I'm a community over on our Discord, and it's great to have everyone here. Next week, by the way, we're doing a workshop. So we've got the architect that built the city you see around you now with a team called Numina. Andrea Kojikaro, she's going to be leading a workshop with a placemaker named Joseph Conning. It's a workshop about statues, rituals, and stories, how they relate to our sense of place. We're hosting it next Thursday right here on Spatial, and you can join us. Keep in touch on our Discord. There's a place you can RSVP. Not required, but it's sort of first come, first served. If we fill up the instance, then everyone else will have to watch on the live stream. So get there early if you're interested. Same time, I think, 12 p.m. Eastern time, Thursday. Matt's found the transit pod, driving around. I see they've given us a shop button too now. We don't have anything in our shop yet, though. Yeah, thanks so much, Shin. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Hopefully see you again. I'll be in New York maybe in August for a bit, so it's good to catch up. Let me know
Cool.
if you're doing any events or any performances or anything.
Yeah, if anyone go to Fosfoji Kosovo this year, just let me know. I'll be there too. Yeah.
Free and open source software
It's
for
coming next.
GIS or for geospatial is the name of the conference. It's a really big conference, actually. There's one in the US as well. You said in August. There's an NA
No.
version.
It's next week. Next week.
Oh, that's
NA
next.
version. Yeah, it's in August. Yeah.
There's an NA one in
NA
August.
version is.
Really cool.
I guess it's in Nashville. Yeah.
Yeah, I love open source maps. I mean, anyone who's tried to work with some of the bigger map
Oh,
companies
it's in
knows
Baltimore.
how frustrating it can be. So it's really nice to have interoperable
It's
data sets.
Actually, in Baltimore, it's close to New
Oh,
York.
wow. Yeah, not too
Yeah.
bad.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also not August. Sorry, it's October.
Oh, okay. Well, even more time to
Yeah.
plan. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice crab logo. It's Baltimore, of course. They're famous, I think, for crab.
Yeah, all of Maryland.
Yeah. Awesome. How's everyone else doing? How are you doing, Jonah? Anything new in your research? I don't know if everyone always has mic. We have a lunch hour meetup, so.
Yeah, I got it on now. I'm doing good. I finished my website. I'm just putting some final touches on the light paper. Then I'm gonna post about launching them both, and I'm working on the fuller, more in-depth white paper as well.
Nice. I'm having trouble with your audio, but I could hear that you're working on the white paper and the website for the project. Jonah was our speaker a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? I can't even remember. It was a couple weeks ago. It's on our YouTube, actually, the talk. But so the website's not up yet. Is that right? But maybe coming soon.
Wait, sorry. I'm having issues both directions with audio, but
Yeah.
The website is up.
Okay, great. Feel free to drop it in the chat if you have a link to your site. Did everyone notice that Shin left a model of themselves here as well? This is from Sketchfab. How did you make it? How did you make this?
There's a studio in Tokyo that they have like a bunch of like a Raspberry Pi based cameras, like 360 camera studio, and then I capture that. It's because it's Raspberry Pi base. It's cheap. Like I cost like around like $60 or something.
Oh, dang.
And to capture myself,
Wow.
it's not such detail, but still
Maybe we should
can
get
use it.
team scans.
And I put this on Sketchfab. It's open source as well. You can just use my
you open
model
source
if you want.
yourself. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You can click this link on this banner.
Nice.
Go on Sketchfab.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Do we want to be fully open sourced at Spectra Cities? All assets?
All team members.
Like, are we assets of Spectra City?
Human resources.
That's cool.
Interesting. Great. Wow. Yeah. Thanks. This is awesome and good. I think that was a good time frame for the talk too. We're not even at the top of the hour yet, so nice. The recording will be up on YouTube. I'll send it to you afterwards. And I'm gonna end the stream here. By the way, I guess we kind of ran the course. So